What up, what up, what up? What's good, people? What is up? What is up? They went from the fourth level of hell and sent us down to the seventh level of hell. Why? Because then you got Kwanzaa pulling out her titties. The whore pulled out her titties. And these whore bags over here started feeling and fondling on her tits. What?
I don't have it to do with you. Girl, you can go over there, rant and rave. Girl, you can shake all your rainbow bright hair all you want, dear one. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I'm not doing this with you, dear one. I don't have nothing to do with you, and I'm done. Baby, you can scream my name from the rooftops from now till Jesus come back. I'm done after this.
Introduced to Tick's meat. Do you see what I see? Did y'all really let, hello, casting, wardrobe, y'all let him roll up out of wardrobe with these fans on, giving us all of this, thinking we were not going to see it? We have been waiting with bated breath and anticipating all season long for the slightest glimpse, and y'all just put it out there this episode in all of its magnificent glory.
Listen, that young man said, baby, you ate on this first date, you giving up the cooch on the first date, okay? Well, you gonna run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's our new theme song. That is the new song. Listen, somebody need to put a beat to that. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. Run me my cooch or run me my coins. That's what y'all got going on.
Called out Sandcastle. Sand, bitch. Ow. Oh my God, it was so funny, girl. Woo, baby, listen, let me tell you something. This shit started to turn into the precursor for some gay porn. That's what I thought it was. Because Big T is getting all, the voice starting to go deeper and get a little more wet and moist and sentimental and all this shit. And it was real gay at this point. Like, I thought the bitches was going to start. I thought Lil Bird was going to turn Big T around and do him like he did Uncle Cliff and do the grease it up with City Lou and ran right in there. It's not a coincidence that Big T started off the conversation by trying to find out if Lil Murder was fucking Mercedes, which he found out he's not. It's also not a coincidence that he started talking about prison. Why? Because the bitches was probably fucking in prison. Girl. Uncle Cliff, you better go get your man. Big T got plans for that. Well, he had it on look like something Big Bird vomited up or something like that. Like, I did not like it. That Big Bird couture he was going for, it did not work. Like the pastor of a gay mega church on Easter Sunday. Okay, it was way too much sequins. He had on way too much makeup. Baby, his face looked like Iyanla Vanzant's neckline. Okay, just way too much makeup, clumped in everywhere on his face. Get it together, sweetheart. Like, you're a big girl, so that gives you a whole lot of canvas. So that was a whole lot of makeup, honey. And Rico looked like he was auditioning to be one of the three kings, or he was auditioning to be the main character on Jesus Christ Superstar. Girl, Wayne, did you have on a blue thong or a blue G-string or something? If you did, I want to see Cassie. Hit me up in my DMs, and I do want to see if you have a blue thong or a blue, jock strap or something like that. I'd love to see it too. Anyway, but I liked it with the turtleneck. Now, Troy.
Here I am. Hold on. I'm coming. Here I am. Here I am, baby. Hold on. I'm coming. I'm here. Like to hear it here. Go. What is going on? What is going on? What is up? What's up? What is up? Mm. Mm. The Gatorade is all right. What is up, y'all? It is me, L Teddy 27. And yes, we are here today. It's the start of the work week, even though yesterday was Monday. Today is Tuesday. Yesterday being Labor Day. Many of you all getting back from your respective Labor Day activities and so forth. Those people leaving from areas like Miami and or DC for all of the Pride festivities there. I'm sure that you got your box beat in good enough, or you beat somebody's box in well enough. I'm sure you had fun in the sun. I'm sure you clubbed it up. I'm sure you had, copious amounts of ethanol flooding your systems. I hope you had your respective barbecues and cookouts, and the right people attended said barbecues and said cookouts. I hope you got in the pool. I hope you laid in the house and ain't did shit but scratch your cooch or scratch your balls or scratch a titty and do nothing but catch up on some good television. Whatever it is you did, I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed my more. I enjoyed my Memorial Day. So I trust and believe that you all had a great holiday. Hopefully you didn't have to work, but if you did, I hope you got extra money for it. Some of that good extra money goes a long way. Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim, let me take some attendance. Hey, Diamond Pearl Jim, Gabby, what's going on, boo? Monk Chip, boo, what's going on, honey? What's up, Monk Chip? Hey, Cassandra. Hey, Lady Bell. Hey, Sweet Pea. Tanya, there go my honey. There go my honey bunch. My boo. Hey, boo. Hey, Tanya, boo. Lemon Kush Pepper, how you doing? How you doing today? Hey, Lovely 31 Blueprint, Lovely 31 Blueprint. I can always count on you to change that good avatar. You change it like the pay period. Every 2 weeks, Lovely 31 Blueprint go change that good avatar. Cam's what's good? Y'all know Cam's is my secret husband in my mind. In my mind. Don't tell him though. Do not tell Cam's that he's secretly my husband in my mind. Just don't tell him, okay? He be denying me, y'all. He be denying me. CK Amelie. I hope I got that right this time. I'm working on it. CK Amelie. I'm say that I got that right that time. I hope I did. I am feeling better, Tanya. I absolutely am. I absolutely am. Hey, Harold. Hey, 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 to Harold. And that is everybody's time to say hello to Harold. Hey, Jeannie, what's good, friend? Um, I said Labor Day, huh? It was Memorial Day. I know, Cams. They all run the same to me. I'm glad I got it right. Good, good. Hey, Symmetry, what's going on? Listen, y'all go ahead and share the video out. Let me put this in the members only chat that we are live. What is that? What is that? Lord. Hold on. Now I got to take this all the way out. Oh, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Oh, anyway. Um, Let me put this in the members only chats because I don't know what the hall monitors be doing. You would think one of the hall monitors would have already put in the members only chat that we live. Got I'm sorry. Xavier did. Xavier did put it in the members only chat. Thank you, Xavier. At least we got one hall monitor doing a job. I'm trying to figure out what Cam's job is. He come into the chat once a month. He barely be in the members only chat. I mean, you could come over here and rub my booty a little bit, Cam. I mean, you need to fulfill your hall monitor duties, Cam. You can come over here and rub my ass a little bit or something, make me feel good. I mean, God, Cams. Jesus. Lord. God. Hey, Mamiana. I know it's Memorial Day. Okay, I know Memorial Day, Labor Day, one of the two. Y'all know what I meant. Y'all knew what I meant. Y'all knew what I meant. Lord, see, God, I can't make no mistakes with y'all. My manager was on sick leave, so I had to step up at work. Okay, but I need you to step up over here with these cakes over here. Harold said he's passing out refreshments, so don't bother him right now. That's what Harold said he's doing. Harold say he is passing out refreshments. Please don't bother him right now. Okay, Harold. Child. 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 Let me post this on the Instagrams. And then let me post on YouTube, and then we'll be ready to get started. Let me look at the dossier so we can tell you. On today's episode, we're gonna start off with our sugar spike segment so we can get that out of the way. We got a lot of stories. I really won't be able to go into detail on a lot of these stories like I want to because it's just so much out there. It's so much news today. The news just would not stop today. So we're gonna do the best we can. We're gonna have to cover things. We're gonna have to just cover certain stories. We're really not gonna be able to go in depth like I want to because it's just not enough not enough real estate. I know really B got to go live later and I don't want to encroach on her live. Also, we have the whether you the whether you like it or not panel tonight at 8:15. So I need to try and go get me something to eat before that happens. So we just got a lot to do today. So yeah, let's make it all happen. In today's episode, what are we talking about? Child, the people have now gone into detail about Diddy's meat. We'll unpack that. Oh yeah, in one of the lawsuits, they go into detail about that young man's meat. We have to talk about BBL Drizzy. The fact that it's being reported yet again that he has ghostwriters. I mean, we knew that. We have to talk about. Oh my God, it's just so much stuff over here to talk about. Job postings that say white only and US born only. Yeah, we have to talk about that. We have to talk about the troglodyte that is Saucy Santana, because that bitch ain't Saucy Santana at this point is just as problematic for the black gay community as Gerard Carmichael. I'm just gonna put it out there, but we'll unpack that a little bit later. We have to talk about Doja Cat and her fuck shit. Nicki Minaj is in the dossier. It's just a whole bunch of people in the dossier today. It's just a lot. We will unpack Busta Rhymes. Yeah, we're gonna talk about him a little bit. Yeah, and just make it do what to do. Listen, if y'all ready to get this party started, hey Quintessential, hey boo. Well, apparently, we'll unpack the meat when that time comes. Scams. I don't want to get it up. Really, be your live is at 6:45 today. I'm just asking. Well, no disrespect to the father, but yesterday was day off day, and it comes back around on July 4th. Oh! Don't feel like that, Cams, because trust me, hell gets checked on a daily basis. Hey, Montrez, what's good, bruh? Child, hey Tracy W. Still waiting for Cam to come over around here and rub my booty a little bit, but he over there playing. Hey Volvo, hey Cookie, hey Universe Soul Goddess. We ain't even got started yet, honey. We ain't even got started. But how you doing, boo? What's going on? What's going on? I ain't even got no snacks today. Quintessential. We Gatorading it up today. That's what we doing today. When I get off here, Quintessential, I'm gonna go get something to eat before the whether you like it or not panel. Okay. Put a Shondo in the chat if you're ready to get this party started. I said put a 27. Put a 27 or a Shondo, whatever you want to put in the chat. Excuse me, you don't know what me and Cam's got going on. Don't worry about what we got going on, and don't be over here cock blocking and play your hand. Girl, is my sis over here cock blocking? Girl, y'all see really be over here cock blocking, right? Hey, little baby, y'all see her, right? Okay, really be. I remind you. Hey, A-Car, little baby, Jason, what's good, bruh? Y'all see how really be over here cock blocking. Anyway, I can't be bothered with my big sis. She over here cock blocking. Lord, Jesus, let's get this party started, right? Yeah. So we start off at the Vatican today. Hey, Sharice, what's good, boo? So today we start off at the Vatican. with the pontiff. So the Pope is, I'm sorry. Let me start this off right. I ain't even start y'all off right. I told y'all what we're doing today, ladies and gentlemen, non-binary, gender-conforming members of our audience. Today we start off with your sugar spike segment.
You see, this is the part that I like.
Major sugar spike.
So love now, I want to fight. That he gave, his only begotten son.
Major sugar spike.
And shall ever believe.
Major sugar spike.
They shall not perish, but have everlasting life.
Taste the biscuit.
Jesus. Tracy W., is it your birthday today? God, I didn't know. I didn't see it. Wait, hold on. Stop. Hold on. Pause for the cause. We can pause for our people. We got time. Now I'm gonna have to make that time up on the back end. But today is Tracy W.'s birthday. I need everybody to put a happy birthday in the chat for Tracy W. so we can celebrate her and all her lavishness and all her goodness on her birthday. Happy birthday. Hey, hey, Shay W. What's going on? Hey, Miss Baythang. What's good? Oh, it was that. You know what, Tracy? You done made me stop the whole program. Think of your birthday today. You know what? I'm not doing this with Tracy. It was last week. Now that I think about it, back to the dossier. Girl. Okay, thank you, Volvo. We already celebrated her. Girl. Anyway. You do get red carpet treatment over here, Harold. You really do. You do. The people loved you. Hey, NK Universe. Okay, let's get to the Vatican. The Vatican is over here, although he's over here, selling to the people that he's the most progressive pontiff there has ever been in terms of LGBTQ plus rights and so forth. And maybe he is, but he's not. He ain't so progressive that he can't throw out an F-bomb. So Reuters is reporting that Italian newspapers, multiple Italian newspapers, quoted the Pope as jokingly saying that seminaries are already too full of Frosiagene. Frosiagene. Let me put the word in the chat. It's an Italian word, right? I don't speak Italian, so I'm just gonna put the word in the chat. That's the word that he used, right? It says YouTube rejected your word. Oh, let me put it in parentheses. Maybe if I do it that way. Oh, YouTube might know what it means, and it might be a fit. Okay, so that's the word right there. It rejected it the first time. Oh, dear God. Way to go, YouTube. Anyway, but when you translate that word, it is a vulgar and derogatory Italian term that roughly translates to faggotness or faggotry. Let me say that again. When you translate the word, it is a vulgar and derogatory term that translates to what I'm about to put in the chat. This is what it translates to, because I ain't gonna say it again. YouTube, I got away with it that one time. They probably done already demonetized me for saying it that one time. But girl, oh well, I'd have been demonetized enough. Faggotness or faggotry. That's what they say it means. I'm just saying. That's what he was saying. He said, well, Seminaries are already filled with it, so are already too full of that. So girl, what's the problem? Now, the Vatican issued an apology on behalf of the Pope today after the incident was reported. They said, quote, Pope Francis is aware of the articles recently published about a conversation behind closed doors with the bishops of the CEI. As he stated on several occasions, in the church, there is room for everyone. For everyone. Nobody is useless. Nobody is superfluous. There is room for everyone, just as we are, all of us. The Pope never intended to offend or express himself in homophobic terms, and he apologizes to those who felt offended by the use of a term reported by others. End of quote. But here's the deal, Mr. Pontiff. Um, sir, y'all want to explain it away by the fact that y'all want to say, oh, this was a private conversation behind closed doors. But the thing about it is, we would like to know what you're saying behind closed doors and not just what you say in public, because it's the stuff that you say behind closed doors that, really give the sentiments of how you really feel in your mind and in your heart, as opposed to the stuff that you say out in public. Now they're trying to explain it away by saying, well, Pope Francis's native language is Spanish, not Italian. And according to one source, quote, it was evident that the Pope was not aware of how offensive the word is in Italian. End of quote. I don't know. Sir, even if I take it in context, you have a problem because you say that your seminaries are already full of gay people. So now you're already it was going to be derogatory anyway, because the fact that you said that your seminaries are already filled with them has already told us how you really feel about gay people, and the fact that you don't you may outwardly say that you don't have a problem with it, but you do have a problem with it. Otherwise, you wouldn't have commented or said that the seminaries were filled with them. I don't have time. I mean, this is the Catholic Church. Ain't nobody running over there to go be a part of the goddamn Catholic Church. Let's just be clear. Hey, Xavier, what's going on, boo? Child, that's the F bomb in the Italian. Yes. He's talking about the other bishops and stuff, little baby. But listen, Mr. Pontiff, if you are a bigot, just come out and live in your bigotry. Because what you'll say behind closed doors, that's what you really mean. I'm just saying. Hey, MVN, what's going on, boo? MVN said, I am listening in the bushes. I know, MVN. You over there on the left coast. And it's only 2:00 over there, like 2:15, girl. We know. Mr. Pontiff, go with God. We have no time. He don't want to talk about that, little baby. He don't want to talk about why the kids are all up and through the seminaries. He don't want to talk about that, little baby. He'll have that type of time. But you could throw out F bombs in Italian. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Exactly, Xavier. He'll have no problems with the gay dollars either. I'm just saying. You say down to the St. Peter's Basilica, there's been more gays sitting on the throne at a bathroom in Studio 51. I'm not doing this with you, Xavier. We got to go on, Mr. Pontiff. We got the dossier is packed today. We don't have time to focus on you. Go with God. In other news, I didn't mean to have this block that, but what's being blocked is that's Nikki Haley. Over the weekend, she went down to Israel, and in sign of solidarity with the genocide taking place over there, hey Ravine, she decided that she would sign a missile, the same missiles that they're about to use to kill more Palestinians over in Gaza, she decided to sign it saying, finish them. America loves Israel. Always, Nikki Haley. So as you are dying, as children are being murdered, as women are being murdered, as men are being murdered, innocent people being starved to death, murdered, being dismembered. She just wants you to remember that she signs off on all of this. So as the rockets red glare over in the goddamn Gaza Strip, this bitch wants you to know that she signs it. That, my friends, would be Nimarata Ranwada. I'm just saying. Nimarata. Nimarata. That's her name. Go the fuck away from us, Nikki Haley. Your ass lost. You got bludgeoned by a hardened criminal. You got your ass whooped by a man who said he would sexually assault women. Openly said it. You got beat by a man who has more criminal charges than he does laws passed while he was in office. I'm just saying. If you need her, that's where she was this weekend. Nimarata Ranwana. Ma'am, this is why when people were making all of these statements about her being better than a better Republican option than Donald Trump, I was like, no, the bitch is just as bad. Remember, she was over there working for him. She was on his team. She was his ambassador to the UN, co-signing everything that all of the fuck shit he was doing, co-signing Muslim bans, co-signing the fact that he was calling the country from which her parents came from all types of horrible names and banning parts of that country from coming here as well. These are the people who work against their own self-interest. I have no time, no dealings for Nimarata. I have nothing for her. Nothing. But at the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in air and hitting the ground and murdering and committing a genocide over in the Gaza Strip is something that she wanted you all to know that she signs off on. Mind you, because see, you're supposed to be caring about her and her Republican cronies are supposed to be such hard, fast, fucking, America first people. Shall I remind you that the IDF has also killed American citizens over in Gaza? Need I remind you of that? But you don't give a damn, because right now you are the same anti-Semitic, racist, bigoted, discriminatory ass Republicans. Because remember, these people were some of the most anti-Semitic people on the face of the planet, the Republican Party. Now, all of a sudden, they're so pro-Israel and girl, I don't have time to break this down like I need to. But Nimarata and her fuck shit, you can go somewhere and die the fuck slowly. We don't like you. We don't care about you. Shall we remind you, ma'am? You're not a nice woman. You're a whore. It's already been reported how you was cheating on your husband left, right, and sideways. You tried to get away from that. You're a fucking whore. We know who you are, ma'am. It's already been reported. There are receipts out there. It's been validated. You're a whore. Ma'am, go away from us. Hey, Demetria. Child, she's an awful individual. That's why she's in the same box of deplorables the same basket of deplorables with Donald Trump, the Marjorie Taylor Greens, the Paul Gossers of the world. It's a whole bunch of them over there. The Mike Johnsons of the world, and all of them. They're all the same. Fuck you and fuck your life. Hey Nessa, what's good, boo? Ma'am, go with God. So here's the story, and not of a man named Brady. This is the story of an officer named Officer Hare. Now that's him. You see him on the right. Let's get into this story. This happened in the great state of California. And this happened in the great state of California. And this happened in San Diego. Hold on, y'all. I got distracted by something that came across my screen. Anyway, so Officer Anthony Hare arrested a young lady for a stolen car. And while he was supposed to be driving her to the police station, she in the back seat of the squad car, she started talking to him, he started talking to her, and she told him, I'm down to fuck. There's a whole video if you need it. I'm down to fuck. To which he says, you probably shouldn't do that because this is being videotaped while we're in the squad car. Some kind of way he drives her on a side street in a residential neighborhood. He gets in the back seat of the squad car with this woman, and they proceed to start wrestling. If you know what I mean when I say wrestling. Yeah, he took her up on the offer because she said she was down to fuck. So he took her up on the offer to fuck. So then, stupid ass closed the door and forgot that you cannot open a goddamn squad car from the back seat on the inside. You can only open it from the outside. So he had to call one of his fellow officers to come and help him get out of the back seat of said squad car because he had locked himself in like an idiot. They come and shit just didn't look right. Come to find out, there was semen on his belt. And I believe they said they found semen on his semen, not only on his belt, but on parts of her clothing. So you know what they was doing, right? I'm just like, girl, 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 mind you, you're in a fucking police squad car. You do know that dispatch has GPS trackers on the fucking car. Like they can see you in real time driving on. They know you're supposed to be driving this woman to the police station. Stupid ass drives her down this residential road. They were stuck in the car for over an hour and a half before he realized, well, damn, I guess I got to call somebody because I can't get out of here. Stupid ass. What Tanya at? Tanya boo. Tanya, I got the last of this left. Tanya, I'm on the last little bit left. Ciao. I'm on the last little corner, Tanya. Girl, right, Bobo, to protect this serve. Listen. Now, bruh had already been questioned by internal affairs once, just before he was to go before this internal affairs board to testify about what the fuck went on. He decides that it was a good idea to resign, and they let him resign, meaning that this same man probably will go on to get another job working for another police precinct down to the greater South LA or Southern California area. I'm just saying. Child, I don't know if they was skeeting on each other, Demetria, but his semen was both on his belt and on some of her clothing. A mess. Child. I've been trying to slow walk and tell you, I've been trying to save it, Eddie. But girl, you see, I'm almost finished. Child, he had the juices monk chip were flowing. How dumb are you, sir? You even told the lady, oh, everything in here is being recorded. Child, just a mess. Was she still handcuffed? I don't know, Symmetry. Child, I don't know. Cause baby, listen, maybe they into that kind of kinky shit. Sir, I don't know. We don't have this type of time. Did y'all see it's 2-pack? We ain't got this type of time to unpack this with you today, sir. Sir, go with God. He's gonna find him another job. He'll land fine. In more sugar spiky news, now I have to take you to the great state of, I'm sorry, not state, but the Commonwealth of Virginia. And in the Commonwealth of Virginia, a local school board, what area is this? Oh, this is Virginia's Shenandoah County Public Schools. They just voted last week to reinstate the names of Confederate heroes to 2 public schools, that being Stonewall Jackson, Robert E. Lee, and Turner Ashby. So when they changed the names of these schools so as not to reflect the names of Confederate soldiers, people who tried to overthrow the fucking government, these jackasses decided, no, fuck you and fuck your life. We want to celebrate people who were here for slavery. We want to remind people that Virginia housed the capital of the Confederacy. We don't want to get away from being, the holy see of all things Confederacy and losers who lost in the fucking Civil War. We want you to remember that we were the ones holding on by our cold, dead hands to all things slavery. We want you to remember that. And so we will force this history on our black students, white students, and students of any other nationality, race, color, and creed. However, we don't want you to learn about your own history. Indigenous people, no, we don't want y'all to learn the true history of them. Black people, we don't want y'all to learn y'all history as well. Newsflash, Hispanic people, y'all are the next ones on the chopping block for learning y'all real history. But if you want to know whether or not we were here for all parts of slavery, hello, we're here for it. Just so you know, this was a real quick one. I just needed y'all to be up to speed on this because this is what we got going on in fucking the Commonwealth of Virginia. Anybody here? Put a 27 in the chat if you live in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Volvo, come to the whiteboard. Ain't that your area, Volvo? Volvo, come to the whiteboard, Volvo. These are your people. Ain't you from the Commonwealth? Volvo? I thought Volvo was in the Commonwealth of Virginia. Anyway, oh, you Volvo say, listen, I'm from Virginia, but I ain't from that part of Virginia. I know that's right. Gabby says it's funny how black people have to forget about slavery, but white folks continue doing dumb shit. I'm just saying. Child, I know, child. You know, you have to, y'all got to know what we're voting for. And this is why I tell y'all all of the time, especially here in our Sugar Spike segment. People be spending all of this effort and energy talking about Donald Trump and Donald John and Joseph Robinette. However, there are so many other elections. This is the Shenandoah public school system. You vote on school board members. The people who are voting this on this stuff, you absolutely control whether or not these people are in office. You vote on state legislatures. You vote on your municipalities, the mayors and city councilmen and things like this. So these things have real lasting effects. So even if you are disgruntled and you are exhausted by the presidential campaigns of Donald John and Joseph Robinette, please understand some of these down ballot positions are way more important because they have real consequences and real lasting effects. Hey, LNV, you say it's mostly white down there anyway, child. We got to move on. We ain't got this type of time. In more sugar spiky news, I told you I had a lot of sugar spiky news. Now, this is the story that I teased earlier. So, a company by the name of Arthur Grand Technologies is receiving a civil penalty of only $7,500. But they also ordered them to pay $31,000 to 31 people. Why? I'm glad you asked. At this Virginia-based company, because it's all coming out of Virginia today, this Virginia-based tech company put up a job posting that requested, quote, whites only, and also, end quote, and also requested, quote, only U.S. born citizens, end quote. They were trying to lock out otherwise eligible job candidates of color. And that's according to Assistant Attorney General of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, Kristen Clark. She said that in a statement. The company began advertising for a Salesforce business analyst and insurance claim positions based in Dallas in March of 2023. In its job posting, the company restricted eligible candidates to, quote, only U.S. born citizens, and put in parentheses white who are local within 60 miles of Dallas, Texas, in parentheses, don't share with candidates, end of quote. So they sent this to a consultancy or one of those firms that goes about hiring people. And they, this wasn't supposed to get out to the candidates. It was supposed to be in-house. Now, I will have you know that the CEO of said company is an Indian-born man of Indian descent. Not just of Indian descent, born in the country of India. He put out a statement saying, oh, this is a minority-owned company, but said minority-owned company wanted to make sure that it had lily white people working within it. And when you're talking about a position like a where's Scams, come to the whiteboard. Please explain to the people how much money you get for being a Salesforce business analyst. Do you know how much money the people get for learning how to manipulate and how to operate and, code Salesforce? Salesforce business analyst or anything dealing with Salesforce drives. That's one of the biggest, what do you call it? CRMs in America. Salesforce, if I'm not mistaken, is like the biggest CRM in the country, in America, in the business world, I should say. And so anytime you got somebody who's the Salesforce administrator or Salesforce business analyst or anything, or the Salesforce a coder on Salesforce, these people are making well over six figures. A lot of goddamn money. And you figure that they're looking to keep these people, they're looking to keep black people and other minorities or non-US born people out of those positions. I'm just saying. I just wanted y'all to know this. Now, the company has to pay only a $7,500 fine, but they're having to pay $31,000 to how many individuals? It was a certain number, 31 people. They have to pay $31,000 overall to 31 people who complained about it. So that's only $1,000 per person. This is a slap on the wrist. Let's just be clear. This is just a slap on the wrist. Hell, their tech stack probably costs 10 to 20 times more than the total amount that they have to pay out. A mess. A mess. Universal Goddess, I manage software bills for Salesforce platforms. Listen, that's a lucrative job. Anything dealing with Salesforce, yeah, you finna make some money. You finna make some change. I'm trying to tell you what I know. Anyway, we gotta move on. Justice Department, you ain't shit. This is a case where, of course, in cases like this, we have to speak the person's name. His name is Abner Joseph. That's Abnerd. Last name Joseph, Joseph. First name is Abner, Abnerd, Abner, and the last name is Joseph, Joseph. Let me read this to you. The family of a Chicago area assistant principal who was shot and killed in his apartment building last year by one of his neighbors filed a lawsuit alleging negligence and wrongful death. No one was ever criminally charged in the death of Abner Joseph, who was the assistant principal at Intrinsic High School in downtown Chicago. The 32-year-old Atlanta native was fatally shot in his luxury high-rise in downtown Chicago on September 14th, 2023. According to police, Mr. Joseph was wildly knocking on his neighbor's doors and yelling incoherently that evening. Authorities said that when multiple neighbors and the building's doorman checked on Joseph, Joseph hit the doorman several times. Joseph's family struggles with accepting that possibility. Quote, he didn't live that life, that violent life. In the quote, J. Charles, Joseph's brother, said. The police report states that one neighbor, a concealed carry license holder, warned Joseph he was armed and tried to calm him down. Joseph turned and charged toward the neighbor who fired his weapon and struck Joseph multiple times. Joseph was shot in his chest, abdomen, flank, armpit, and one of his right fingers. And one of his ring fingers. The neighbor who shot him claimed self-defense. He was taken into custody and later released without charges. Quote, that doesn't sound right. Like, no, that's a clear injustice. You don't get to take someone's life who meant that much to people. It's not like he was in a gang or something, in the quote. And that's according to Ashley Joseph, Abner Joseph's sister. Attorneys for the Joseph family disputed how police characterized the moments leading up to the shooting and alleged in the lawsuit that the building's owners, management, security, and neighbors who fired the fatal shot are liable because they went to extremes in their response to Joseph's behavior, especially when police were on the way to the scene. The family stated that Joseph had just switched medications for his ADHD before his death and believed he was suffering an emotional distress event at the time he was shot. The lawsuit identified the tenant who shot Joseph as 45-year-old Garrett Mark Smith. Attorneys say Smith, who lived on the same floor as Joseph, has no security or law enforcement training. Quote, there's a reason that vigilante justice is illegal, and this case demonstrates exactly why. It doesn't matter to our lawsuit at all if Joseph had been aggressive, because even if there was some sort of physical aggression on Abner's part, what we're saying is what you do in that situation is you step back and you de-escalate and you give time. End of quote. And that's according to the attorney for the Joseph family. They have yet to see surveillance video of the shooting, but attorneys for the family plan to subpoena the video. They say that Mr. Joseph was in his socks, bathrobe, and boxer shorts at the time of the shooting and was unarmed. Authorities still classify the case as an open investigation, and the family is still pressing for charges. That's the bulk of the details. Um, I saw this story, y'all, and I really wanted to know, like, something just doesn't smell right. Something just that I feel like there's something missing in this story. Like, I feel like we need to see um a body camera footage or surveillance footage, because if you tell me somebody's bamming on your door like that, first of all, why would you just open the door and say, okay, why would you, first of all, why would you even open the door for somebody bamming on the door like that? Because if you come bamming on my door like that, I'm not opening the door for you. I'm just telling you that right now, and I'm going to call the police. I'm just saying. um I I feel like there's more to this story. We really got to do better about, especially with this being a black man. This man was an assistant principal. This was a professional. They lived in a high price, high class downtown Chicago high rise. And there's no indication that this man had issues like this before. Something's just not right in something's not right in the milk. There's something rotten in the milk with this. The other part about it is, I always have to put this out there. Had this man been a man that was descended from the Caucasus Mountains, there would be outrage all over the place, and the man who shot him would still be in jail. I got to move on because I'm getting triggered. But I'm going to monitor this story. um I'm gonna monitor this story and get you more, because I feel like we're gonna hear more about this in our last sugar spiky story, and then we'll get to the good stuff. In our last sugar spiky story of the day, a black man suffered significant injuries in the great state of Oregon, city of Portland, when a man descended from the Caucasus Mountains called him the N word, then ordered his pit bull to attack the black man. Now he says he plans to leave the city for good. Let me read this. A black security guard said it's time for him to leave Portland, Oregon, after experiencing repeated instances of racial violence since he moved to the city last year. The latest incident caused severe injuries to his chest and hand. Marcus Evans was the victim of a pit bull attack, which he says was ordered by its white owner on Mother's Day. Zachary Hay, 29, pleaded not guilty to charges of assault and bias after Evans says he called him the N word before sicking his dog on him on Mother's Day. Excuse me. Quote, I'm taking it day by day. I've lived all over the United States and I've never dealt with racism as much as I have in Portland. It seems to be very accepted behavior by a lot of people out here, end of quote. And that's what Mr. Evans said to local news outlets. The perpetrator, in this case Mr. Hayes, was arraigned on Tuesday, May 21st. That was last week, one day after he was arrested on charges of having his dog assault 3 people. The victims included Marcus Evans, Troy Cooper, who is white, and a yet to be identified teenager whom Evans and Cooper said they ran outside to help. According to a release by the Portland Police Bureau, Marcus Evans sustained significant injuries to his chest and hands, and Troy Cooper was also injured in the attack. The men told police they saw Hayes from their respective windows command his dog to attack a white teenager on Sunday, May 12th, and ran outside to help. When Hayes saw Evans, he allegedly said he recognized him from his job as a security officer at a local grocery store and called him the racial slur before telling his dog to attack him. When Cooper attempted to intervene, the dog bit him on the groin, per reports. Hayes fled the scene, but the 2 victims saw him on Monday, May 20th in downtown Portland and called the authorities. He was arrested and charged with 2 counts of second-degree assault, 1 count of first-degree bias crime, and 3 counts of maintaining a dangerous dog. He denies any wrongdoing, instead telling police Mr. Evans and Mr. Cooper were aggressive with him, prompting his pit bull to attack them. However, Mr. Cooper corroborated Mr. Evans's story. Police believe the teenagers they ran out to help also sustained major injuries, but have yet to come forward. Here's some of the other stuff that Mr. Evans said he had to endure while he was in Portland. Per news reports, Mr. Evans says that this is the first time he encountered racial violence in Portland. He's only been residing there for a year. He filed several assault and bias crimes since November of 2023, including 2 incidents involving a white woman named Janae Jewel Plummer. Or Janae, I don't know if it's Janae or Janae Jewel Plummer. Plummer, age 44, assaulted Marcus Evans in November and December of 2023 in 2 different parking lots at Safeway where he works. Plummer is accused of spitting on Evans, punching him in the face, and calling him a dirty N-word. Though she was charged with harassment and bias crimes, a judge ruled she was unfit to stand trial and the charges were suspended. Despite this, Evans said he is thankful for the detectives of the Portland's bias crime units. Wait a minute. How is this 44 year old woman unfit to stand trial? I keep trying to tell y'all, it don't matter what part of the country you in. White people are white people all over the country. The red states, the blue states, the purple states. It don't matter. Hey, Catherine Powell. Chloe says Portland, Oregon has a lot of white nationalists and racism. Interesting. And there's a lot of these areas that that a lot of people think, oh no, that's a liberal state, or that's a liberal area. These people don't care. White people are white people. They're all descended from the Caucasus Mountains. They're all horrible. She needs a handler if she's unfit. Exactly, a car. I gotta move on because these people are triggering me. Let's get to the some of the top stories of the day. One of our top stories of the day, y'all's boy, the one who y'all want to blow y'all backs out. Now listen, y'all can't just be over here on this man's side because he a cute face and got a nice little body. Pastor Keion be out of order. And if he wasn't out of order, then we wouldn't have the news that we have today. So, because y'all be over there, ogling over this man's body, the Pacific Northwest was just as racist as the South. They were. Absolutely were. That's Pastor Keion Henderson. Now, Pastor Keion Henderson, if you recall, he's married to Shawnee O'Neal. Well, she ain't O'Neal no more. She's Henderson now. But anyway, remember, he's the one who told that young lady to shut up and snapped his fingers at her in the choir stand. The lady, she was screaming in the choir stand while they was, doing worship. And she started screaming because I guess she was feeling the spirit. And he told her to shut it up, and snapped his fingers at her like she was some kind of dog. Well, child. Not that you call her Shawnee Nostrils. I'm not doing this. So he went on the radio. He went on 97.9 The Box. And he told the radio host that while he is accustomed to the critical views within the church becoming a staple on the gossip site, the Shade Room has been a completely different experience. He says the Lighthouse. He says that he has become somewhat of a celebrity in his own right, thanks to his wife Shawnee Henderson, formerly O'Neal, the ex-wife of NBA basketball Hall of Famer Shaquille O'Neal. and also starring on Basketball Wives. Let me get to the part that because all of this other stuff I don't care about. Where am I at? Where am I at? Because remember he said the woman had been doing that for several years. Um um and he had for 4 years, and they have been trying to get rid of it now. So this is what he said. He said, all noise in church ain't the Holy Spirit. And all I know for sure is that what I did in that moment was appropriate. Whether somebody outside of the Lighthouse Church or not understands that. Now, what I feel bad about is what happened to her in her life, because I lived this space. She doesn't. I live this space. She doesn't. This is the difficulty of this internet sensationalism. The only reason I went viral is because people made money. Because I have asked people to be quiet before y'all knew who I was, but nobody played it. I understand in that moment, okay, well, some of what took place was my roots, which I'm gonna have to address, because because it was a reflex reaction to something I grew up seeing, and I recognize that the world has changed. People are a lot more sensitive than they used to be. So I didn't go through the moment. Without learning. And I don't want anybody to think that my head was in the sand and that my feet was dug in, like I shall not be moved. End of quote. Lastly, he went on to say, quote, I learned in the process that I pastor in a generation that is not the one I grew up in, and that I pastor in a world that does not look like the one I grew up in. So now I have to adjust as a leader. I do ask that the people who think she deserves an apology, which she got, give. I ask for yours too. Wait, which she got, give. Wait, what? I don't know what that means. So don't ask me to be forgiving, and you're not either. Oh, I got get it now. He said, I do ask that the people who think she got deserves an apology, which she got, give, meaning give an apology. I ask for yours. So don't ask me to be forgiving, and you're not either. Um, what say y'all? Y'all, I know y'all gonna protect this man. Y'all love him. Y'all want him to beat y'all box in and blow y'all backs out and stuff like that. Well, listen, because during part of the interview, he said, hold on. Where's it at? There was a part of it where in the quote he mentions it briefly, but there was a part of it where he talks about his upbringing and how um uh he would when he was grew up in church, people would hush people and tell them to be silent in the name of Jesus and stuff like that. And uh, and that's what he was used to. And now, you know, um he feel like he can't do that anymore because we too soft as parishioners, and we too sensitive for him. And I wish that we could do stuff like it was when I was growing up. Well, sir, the world is not the same world that you lived in when you were growing up. Just like the world when the people who was pastoring when you were growing up wasn't the same world that they grew up in, because many of them might have grown up in the segregated South, and many of the pastors that taught them might have grew up in slavery. And if we keep going further back, things change. I I love how these pastors forget that there are some very, if they want to quote scripture, there's some very great scriptures that you can quote from. One of them says, "He that winneth souls is wise," meaning as times change, you have to change, and you have to change your tactics. You have to change your mentality. You have to change everything. Weren't you married before? Didn't he have a wife before he married Shawnee O'Neal? And I promise you, you cannot treat Shawnee O'Neal the same way you treated your first wife, because it's a totally different woman. And in each situation, you have to change. I'm just, these people never cease to amaze me. The the bravado, the complete arrogance of this you know of this man refusing to just flat-footed said, you know what, I was wrong. I am not a deity. I'm a man just like the rest of you all, and sometimes pastors get it wrong. Sometimes we err. Sometimes we, you could have even did a whole sermon. Look at Moses. Moses erred. Look at Paul. Look at Elijah. Look at Elisha. There was only one man that was perfect, and that was Jesus Christ. And since I'm not Jesus Christ, I was wrong this time, and I will be wrong again, because nobody's perfect. But I sincerely apologize to that young lady, and I'm going to go in my own prayer closet and ask God to change me, change my heart, change my mind, change my way of thinking, so that I don't approach people that way, and so that I understand that I don't have to do that in order for God to move. Because these people who be claiming they speaking for God really be speaking for themselves. Because I promise you, the same God that you say is all powerful, if he needed that woman to be quiet, she would have been quiet without you having to do all of that. But at no point in your leadership, sir, do you think it's a good idea for you to say, take accountability, say, yes, I was wrong. Yes, I didn't get that right. Yes, I have flaws and I'm working through them, and God is working on me with them just like he's working on you. But we could work this thing together. There's so many ways that you could go at this, sir. But this arrogance, this haughtiness that you have about you, it's not appealing at all. It's not appealing at all. Tracy W says, I understand, LTD, but even if he said it your way, people would still have a problem, not you. The thing about it is, like you said, the internet, like he said, the internet is going to be the internet. My thing with him is, you worried about how you looking on the internet, not understanding that you have the eyes of the internet for on you, and that was a real opportunity for maybe you to win a few more souls to Christ. If you're in the business of winning souls to Christ, that's a missed opportunity, sir. All eyes on you, and you fumbled the goddamn ball because of your arrogance, because of your pride and arrogance. Period. You fumbled the goddamn ball. And even if you said, I would have even accepted if you said, you know what? I understand that people on the internet are going to see me any kind of way, but I'm here to talk to the body of Christ and those people that flock to which I shepherd. And I want to apologize to you all first, because y'all are here with me every week, every Sunday, some of y'all multiple times a week during the week. And I want to apologize to my flock first, because I erred and I did the wrong thing, and you deserve better. And I will be better as God works with me as I lead the people. And then you could have did a whole sermon and said to those watching on the internet, I apologize to you as well. I am a man and I am human. And as long as I am man, I'm going to be human. But I need you to know that just like God is working with me, he can work with you too. And we could do this. We could have this journey together. I'm not the only one sometimes that's arrogant. I'm not the only one that gets out of line. But you know what? Just like I erred and you erred, we can all get it right. And we can all, you could have had a whole sermon. You could have preached that thing, but you fumbled the ball. You cute, but that ain't going to do nothing for me. I hate to be this guy, But since we here, we gonna be here. Put a 27 in the chat if you believe that same controlling spirit and that same dogmatic mentality happens in the household, and there may be some things happening in that house that the internet don't see. I just want to put a 27 in the chat if you could believe something like that might be happening, because this stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum. You real comfortable doing that, sir. And by you being real comfortable doing that, sir, that means it permeates every part of your existence. It's not just at church. I promise you, when you at that house, Shawnee girl, you might be in danger if you ain't already. I'm just saying. At least Monk Chip, we here together. It's just me and you. Me, you, and Catherine Powell. That's okay. Monk Chip say she ain't gonna stay married anyway, child. But this controlling spirit, because when your first go-to is like, oh, well, it's not like the church that I was raised in. You trying to go back to that old land, you know how they call it in church, the old landmark and stuff like that. You trying to take us back to a time, and we're not in that same time back then. You trying to take us back to the time where women in the church couldn't even wear makeup or lipstick and stuff like that. They couldn't wear no pantsuits and stuff like that. You want to go back to those times? Since we going back in time. You really want to talk about there were some awful things going on in church back in the day. Some of them old churches, the pastor had free reign on every cooch that walked in the building, and they could blow every back out that they wanted, cooch or booty hole. Since we talking about old times, because these people like to wax nostalgic on how it used to be and how things were so much simpler then, and forget that there was a lot of horrible shit happening back then. We just didn't have the internet, and you didn't hear about it all over, the region or the country in some instances like you do now. But the shit was going on, and some of it was even worse. Monk Chip said he monitors her lives. She said something a while back, and he comes down. Wow. That's what I'm saying. This stuff doesn't happen in a vacuum. And if he's that controlling in a church filled with hundreds of people, I can only imagine when it's just you and her and the doors are closed. This stuff don't happen in a vacuum. I'm just saying. I ain't know that either, Tracy W. Appreciate it, Monk Chip, for this bit of information. Hey, David Clay. But there are some people who will give up all of their rights and privileges as a human being just for a good piece of dick and a pretty smile. A cute face and a pretty dick gets people a long way. A cute face and a not pretty dick, but some good dick and a cute face will make people put up with a whole lot of shit that they shouldn't have to put up with. A mess. Just a damn mess. Just a goddamn mess. DL, man, I'm very not even Volvo with it called the man DL. Dear God, Volvo with it called the man DL. Let me put my hat down. I'm not doing this with you, Volvo. Y'all saw live a while back. As soon as she said something that wasn't Christian, like he ended the bloop. And there it is. Listen, Keion, you keep that shit over there. Where they at? In Houston? I believe it's in Houston. Keep that shit over there in Houston. Don't come over here with that fuck shit. I promise you. Because you're not going to be over here shishing me. You're not going to be over here shishing me. I swear some of these pastors really believe that they're that the people serve them and that they don't serve God, and as if God is not powerful enough to do the things that he needs to do. Because I promise you, if God needed her quiet, she would have been real quiet. I'm just saying. because it's all of these conspiracy theories. Well, there could have been a demon in her, and she could have been, working in the flesh or under subjection of another type of spirit or demon. So what you're saying to me then is that the God that you serve is not more powerful than that little bitty spirit and demon. I'm just trying to make sense, sure I understand to make sense of all of it. That's what I'm trying to understand. So, but he claimed he apologized to her. My thing is, why the private apology? You rebuked her in public, but then you gave her a private apology. No, keep the same energy. That next Sunday, you should have said, "Hey, Sister Sally Sue ain't here today, but I've been checking on her every day. I did apologize to her, and I want to apologize to her again openly and let her know that I was wrong." That was a poor example of leadership, and I should not do that. And the Bible even tells us to quench not the spirit. And next time something like that happened, I will be more in tune with the man upstairs and make sure that I do all that I need to be doing. Yeah. You did it in public, so you need to apologize in public. But these people ain't shit. They ain't shit. Sorry, I got a text. Child, listen, NK Universe, I ain't no pastor or preacher, but you know what I'm saying. I done been in church all my life, so I know all about it. We could preach a good sermon. Just saying. Child, but they ain't gonna get right. They ain't gonna do right. And see, since you want to talk about the old, I could be on this for the next 45 minutes to an hour if I want to, but we got to keep it moving. But since you want to talk about, the saints today or the church today or the people today, they're more sensitive than what I grew up in, and the church today ain't like the church that I grew up in. Well, the church today, or the church that you grew up in, I promise you probably wasn't all on the internet either, wasn't all on TV and stuff either, so didn't have the same amount of eyes on it either. So there's a whole different comparison. See, these people have this selective. Let me move on because I'm getting triggered. Sir, go with God. Go with God. I think we posted this in a members only chat yesterday. So this is a story from yesterday. Hold on. Let me get the cuz I don't need y'all to take my word for it. I do not need y'all to take my word for it. I need y'all to just hold on. Let me cue this up. Cuz I don't need y'all to take my word for it. I need y'all to hear it from the horse's mouth. Hold on. Let me go and share this screen. All right, here we go. All right, because I need y'all to hear what he had to say. I don't want to get it wrong, so let me let y'all hear it.
Talking about Busta Rhymes before.
Super Zest Monster. That's my thing, bro. Like, this been common knowledge, though. Like, all my promoter homies would always say, man, we got to bring some, we got to bring some, what they call them, I'm not going to say it on here. They call them fun boys. They'll say, we got to have some fun boys in the section for Busta. This been common knowledge, though. Like, on my soul, I'm out with a group of people. At this time, I was with Don Benjamin in the club we ended up going to. Busta Rhymes in there, so it was a little lawyer guy that was with us, and the little lawyer guy we was with, he was a gay dude, super cool. Busta Rhymes wanted him in his section so bad, like what? Pulled him to the section, like through the rope. I knew about this like in 2012.
How come you think nobody else speaks up on it or says anything?
Because, bro, these people admire these people so much. They want to make sure they in the section, they at the club, they at the video shoot, they can get backstage. That matter most to them.
Seen you talking about
All right. So that's the clip. Um Listen. Busta Rhymes has been a homophobic bastard for a long time. Like you said, LMV, Wendy Williams did report on that a long time ago. Busta Rhymes has been very homophobic. Remember, he had that situation where he attacked one of our trans sisters over there at the right. If you ever been to Miami Beach, you know what the Club Twist is on Washington. So Club Twist is right there next to this diner that's on the corner. And so you got the light on the corner. I think that's got to be about 8th Street, 8th or 10th Street and Washington on South Beach. You got the diner that's right there on the corner, and right next to the diner is Twist. And Busta had a whole situation, attacked this trans woman, called her every name but a child of God, and they had to pull him off of her. This was right in front of I can't think of the name of that diner, but it's right next to Twist. Club Twist is an openly gay club on South Beach. So he's had so many instances of going on these homophobic rants, and y'all know how this shit goes. The people who are loudest about it are the people who are worried that somebody's gonna find out what they got going on. Please be clear. I'm just saying. You didn't know about that, Harold? Yeah, it was a whole situation. This been going on with Busta for a long time. Long time. I'm just saying. But I don't know why we're surprised. I believe every word of it. Because Busta Rhymes, you talk to some of the girls, Busta Rhymes is just like Dwight Howard. Busta Rhymes like the film girls. And some of the people say allegedly he might like to get his back blown out. Allegedly. Oh, that was some years ago. Harold, that may be about maybe about 10, between 10 and 15 years ago. I probably say somewhere around, that might have been somewhere around 2010, 2011 or somewhere around there. Mm-hmm. Yep. This is the fact that y'all are saying that some of y'all are saying y'all never heard this about, but let me put a 27 in the chat if you've never heard anything about Busta Rhymes being transphobic, homophobic. You never heard about him attacking the trans woman right outside of Club Twist on South Beach. Put a 27 in the chat if this is news to you. You never heard none of this about Busta. That's interesting. Wow. This is I'm telling you, the first time I had heard about Busta making like just horrible homophobic or transphobic statements had to be the first time I remember, maybe as early as about a 06 or 07. I'm not gonna say I heard anything in the 90s because I didn't hear anything in the 90s. But that's so interesting. Now the difference is I know Busta Rhymes spent a lot of time in Miami. So a lot of things, a lot of celebrities, Busta Rhymes came around the time where it was popular to be, well, South Beach and Miami became a thing. For those not old enough, if you go back to the 90s, South Beach and Miami was not a thing to come visit. People wasn't coming to go visit Miami like that. They just were not. somewhere around the early 2000s, South Beach kind of cleaned itself up. Very, very late 90s, early 2000s. South Beach kind of cleaned itself up. And just as black artists started making more and more money from the entertainment industry, be it rap, be it R&B, hip hop, or be they an actor or whoever it was, as they started to get more money, you know how us black people are. We are very flashy with our money, very flamboyant with our money. We will spend our money all over the place. So South Beach started to become this it place, and black artists started to come as well. So you have black entertainers and artists that will come as well. The problem is, this is before the internet. Back there, early 2000s, maybe even if I say early, I would say up until about 08 or 09, there were still some things that you could do that might make the local news, never make it to national news, because you still had news cycles that were dominated by major networks and things like that. And, bloggers and people just putting stuff out. There wasn't a lot of them. I'm not going to say there weren't any, but there weren't a lot of them. And, TMZ wasn't what it is today back then. And so the point that I'm making is, a lot of the sins and transgressions of these entertainers, you would see in real time. If you lived in Miami, or if you were from that area and you was on the scene all the time, you were seeing and hear about it all the time. But like the guy said on the video, nobody says anything about it because, hey, you don't want to be seen as that person, or they're, the code, or, maybe next time I don't want to lose out on my blessings just because I want to be a snitch and all of that stuff. So a lot of people became mums the word on these things. And so you never would hear about these stories. But if you were in the area, like, it was a very known thing about his. That's why I'm so floored that y'all have never heard the stories of him being as homophobic and as transphobic as he is, and him attacking and assaulting this trans girl right outside of Twist. So I remember when Wendy Williams reported on Busta Rhymes before people knew, like, when she was on radio. When I say Wendy Williams, I'm usually not talking about television Wendy Williams. I'm talking about radio Wendy Williams, the horrible, vile, woman that was on the fucking radio. And as vile and as horrible as she was, I'm not saying that the woman was not often accurate or truthful. What I'm saying is, just because you know something doesn't mean you need to say something, which is how she became vile. Anyway, that notwithstanding, Busta is that is well known. Wow. Right. Universal Goddess, it's just like, if you go back in the day, the streets of Atlanta could tell you a whole lot about a whole lot of people. Or even like DC, which a lot of entertainers and stuff used to go to. DC could tell you a whole lot of stories about a whole lot of people. So that's why I'm so. But I just really thought, since Busta was a national figure, I just thought, oh, this is common knowledge about Busta Rhymes. But it's real interesting that y'all didn't know that. That's very interesting to me. I'm floored that y'all didn't know that. So that's why I say I'm not surprised if you tell me Busta Rhymes, like the film girls. That makes sense. It makes perfect sense. Because that's why he would be so vocal and adamant with his homophobia and his transphobia, because he wanted to keep you off the scent of the fact that that's what he really wanted. And, it's embarrassing for him to be caught with a, effeminate man or a trans woman. You're right, Spicy Original. You are right. Well, Busta, listen, if you like to get bust open, bust the bus. If you like to get your back blown open by, the fembots, or you want to blow the back out of a good fembot, sir, live in your truth. We don't care. Go with God. Go with God, sir. I really don't have nothing for this story, y'all. Here's the update. And I'm gonna do this real quick, because I really don't care about him. So he's facing a total of 10 charges relating to that raid that they had down in Southwest Ranches in Broward County last week? I think him and his mama done got arrested. The biggest charge that he's being charged with is he's alleged to have organized a scheme to defraud several companies. Listen, I really don't want to go through all of this, but I'll read this little blurb. In court documents, authorities say that Sean and his mother, Janice Turner, ripped off a jeweler, an exotic car dealer, and several other businesses for well into the six figures. For instance, the car dealer allegation is over a Cadillac Escalade worth $159,701.49, and the jewelry alone was worth more than 480K by itself. I told y'all the apple don't fall too far from the tree. Some of y'all might say, well, L. Teddy, what does his mama look like? Oh, you want to see the mama? Oh, let me show you the mama. So when I tell y'all the apple don't fall too far from the tree, you can see I ain't lying. That's his mama. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She look like a hardened thug. A goon. Baby, she look like if you walk up on her, she will fuck you up. Listen, this is his mama. What is that hanging in the back, ma'am? Ma'am, what? Girl, girl, what is that in the back of your head? Girl, what is this weed? Oh my God. Talk about business in the front, party in the back. Woo! Mama stand on business in the front and on the top, but got a party going on in the back. Baby, she look like she will fuck you up. Your son is an alleged multi-millionaire. Y'all are in jail for defrauding people out of hundreds of thousands of dollars. And girl, that's what you look like. Girl, I'm not doing. Oh God, I'm over here crying. Real thug tears over here. Real thug tears. I'm not doing this with y'all. I am not doing this with y'all. Nope. Y'all got me over here crying real thug tears. Now, when your mama look like this, what do you expect from this young man? I don't know. I don't know what y'all are expecting. What Harold said, cross country cruise. Let me see what Harold over here is saying. Harold. I don't even see Harold comment. Where Harold comment at? I don't even see what Harold said. Child. The head nigga in charge. Woo. Child, y'all are a mess. Whoo, child. Vovo said she's ahead of the game. Woo, she got the same hairstyle as Stevie. What? I'm not doing this with you, Harold. No. She looks like she's standing up to me. Oh God, listen. We can't be spending all day on this lady, and we know we got a whole dossier. I got like 8 more stories in the goddamn dossier. Girl, I was supposed to spend 2.5 minutes on this story, and I fucked around and showed y'all what his mama looked like. Whoo. Child. I'm not doing this with her. She looks like one of the characters of Orange is the New Black. Montrez said he wouldn't mess with her. Somebody go over there and see my Montrez. Montrez said, listen, I ain't going over there. Baby, don't come over here. Ciao. Ciao. I'm not doing this with y'all. Anyway, listen. Ellen says she do look like she set up the pedo. I'm not doing this with y'all. Nope. Nope. Y'all got me over here crying. Real thug tears. Dear God. God above. All right. Anyway. Woo. All right. So we gotta move on. Listen, we gotta move on. Ow. Oh, but she do look hard. She look real hard. Real hard. Real hard. Sir, we really don't care what you and your mama got going on, sir. We really don't care, sir. Sir. Good God. Nicki Minaj says, this y'all girl. This is Xavier girl. Xavier, come get your girl, Nicki Minaj. Now, Nicki Minaj is threatening to fire her tour DJ because she don't want him signing titties no more, like you see on the camera. But ma'am, you married a whole man that had girl. Ma'am, you're married to a whole ass sex offender who y'all just went down there to the motherfucking court to get this sex offender to follow you all around the goddamn globe, hopefully not to sexually offend people from all over from every continent. You ain't got no problem with his bastard ass, but your DJ trying to sign titties of ladies who want him to sign their titties. He ain't even assaulted them. The lady say, sign my titty. He signed a goddamn titty and keep it the fuck moving to keep your fans happy. And you got a problem with this. The problem is you, Nikki. Like, I'm trying to make it make sense. David Clay, I can't make it make sense. You cannot make sense of the nonsensical. Now, I don't know if she do the pink cocaine. Puffy be doing the pink cocaine. Now, whether she do the pink cocaine, I don't know. That I don't know. We found out Puffy be doing the pink cocaine. We didn't even know what pink cocaine was a month ago. Just saying. We didn't even know until we reported on this show what pink cocaine was. Like, ma'am, your husband is on the sex offender registry. And you talking about you finna fire your DJ because he's signing titties for your fans who want him to sign their titties. Girl. This y'all girl. I don't know what else y'all want me to do. I don't know I don't know. What do y'all want? The woman just got arrested on Saturday. Now you threatening her. I just can't make sense of the nonsensical. I don't know what y'all want from me. I can't do this. Nick, ma'am, go with God. Oh God, this man. Oh, dear God. So Sean Combs. Girl. Sean goddamn Combs. Well, here's the latest. So you know there was a 7th lawsuit that was filed against him, right? This is from a former Fashion Institute of Technology student. Her name is April Lampros. So she filed that lawsuit last week. I ain't even really report on it because at that point it was piling on. But there was an interesting part of the court documents that I felt like y'all needed to hear. Now, the lawsuit includes an alleged physical description of 1998 Sean Puffy Combs, who at the time was 24 years old. And here is the description of Mr. Combs. Quote, at the time she ended their relationship, Miss Lampros recalls Mr. Combs's penis being adolescently sick and adolescently sick in both length and width. She recalls him being circumcised and remembers a tattoo on his chest. End of quote. And that's a quote from the lawsuit. Now, wait a minute, ma'am. Help me out. You went into grave detail describing the man's dick. Excuse me, penis. The man has had 132 tattoos for a long time, but the only tattoo you remember is the one on his chest. I mean, what was the balls like? Did the balls hang low? Were they hairy? Was he clean shaven? Well, I'm guessing if they're adolescent, if you're describing them as being adolescent, well, she said adolescent in terms of length and girth. And now we understand why you always looking to hire the escort with the biggest slab of beef, because you know you ain't got nothing going on, and why you always trying to tape or watch this big meat go up in your girlfriend, wife, or whoever you got, because you ain't got enough to give them, and you want them to finally get them something they can feel. You want to reenact in Vogue song, giving us some then she can feel. Child, LMV, he got a finger, honey. The woman said he was adolescent in terms of length and width. I'm just telling you what the woman did. That's what the lawsuit says. Don't look at me. Don't look at me for nothing. I can't help you. I don't know what you want from me. God. The woman said this is the, and I believe the woman is white and descended from the Caucasus Mountains. The white woman descended from the Caucasus Mountains said that your meat, sir, was adolescently sick in both length and width. That means she can't feel none of it. Bitch, your dick was too small. That's the woman over here talking about your meat. Puffy, don't get mad at me. I'm not over here saying nothing about your dick. I ain't never seen your dick. I ain't trying to get your dick. I don't want no parts of it. Well, Tracy has confirmed she is descended from the Caucasus Mountains. So what do you expect from these people? I don't know what you expect from these people. Listen. The man, why y'all think that everybody talks about him hiring male escorts with these shoulder boulder mountain holder ass dicks hanging down to their shins, and he always want to see them book his girl? Sure, you and jack off. Yeah, you better jack off, because after they get through rearranging internal organs on that poor woman, your dick going up in there is gonna be throwing a hot dog down the hallway. You trying to enter these women after they done had, Marcus Marshall Price and shit. Your shit is gonna be like the hot dog going, being thrown down the hallway. What do you want from us? This all makes sense. This all makes so much sense. These people. You know what they say about people with short stuff and how they try to overcompensate and stuff? Listen, I don't have the time to fully break this down. The psychology on little meat men like Sean Combs. That had to be hard. That had to be real hard. Child, Danny is a hot dog down the hallway. I'm just saying, throw the hot dog down the hallway, girl. That's what Diddy be over there doing. Mm. Child. Care. Child. I'd be mad if I was with you too, Diddy. Bitch, you ain't gonna be subjecting me to all of your bullshit. You over here beating on people and stuff like that. And you got little meat too. Bitch, if you don't get the fuck somewhere. Oh no, ma'am. Girl, I don't know if that money would have been enough to do it for me. Cause I'm figuring that's all. Well, let me not demean it to that's the only reason some people stay with him, because you know sometimes it's hard to get out of traumatic situation, and it's not an easy thing. So let me say that it's not easy sometimes when people are going through things, and I'm sure he made it as hard as he could for you to exit outside of you doing like Kim Porter and going on to be with the Lord. However, in the beginnings of that situation, I might have been looking at you like, bruh, that's all you got over here. Yeah, let me not go down this road since I ain't gonna be satisfied. Care. Care. Carisha Purr had that sound of Lil Meat Child. Mm, mm. Child. Well, we already know what's going on. He ain't the one blowing Carisha back out. Carisha getting her back blown out by all of the, big dick, high price male escorts. I ain't mad at it. Girl, get it how you live. That's why when people were like, well, how could this young girl get with Puffy? Because Puffy ain't the one fucking her. Ain't Puffy is paying people to come fuck her. Child. Allegedly. Girl, we got to move on, Puffy. I don't know what to tell you, Puffy. I don't think any of us are surprised. Put a one in the chat if you are surprised that Puffy has allegedly adolescently sick meat. Put a one in the chat if you're surprised. If you're not surprised, put a 27 in the chat. I'm just trying to take a poll and see if anybody's surprised about Puffy and the size of his meat. Puffy, we ain't got this type of time. We got to move on. We surely ain't got no time for no little ass dick. We ain't got the type of time. Go with God, sir. Listen, I'm going to say this now, and I'm going to continue to say this. Saucy Santana is just as dangerous to the black gay community as Gerard Carmichael. I'm sorry. That it is what it is. Just as dangerous to the black gay community as Gerard Carmichael. And it has nothing to do with him being feminine. It has everything to do with his recklessness, with his mouth. He's fucking reckless. And the thing about it is, when you have that large of a platform, and you're and contrary to popular belief, this isn't the day of gay liberation. This isn't the day of gay liberation where you see the gays everywhere. And even in its heyday, when you might have thought it wasn't a whole lot of black gays having platforms and having prominent spotlights. And every time a spotlight is placed on you, sir, you are reckless in some of the retarded shit you say. And I'm sorry, as an etymologist, the best word I could give for the things that come out of your mouth, sir, is that word. I'm sorry. So he's trying to clarify backpedaling pussy pop off of statements that he made. Now, he made statements well, he made a statement toward Young Money. He said, quote, Carisha, wake up, bitch. I'm fucking miserable. That's why I don't like taking fucking naps, girl. Rob won't answer the phone. Ever since I was cooking the burgers for Tyrone, I should have never got on there cooking burgers. I done lost that man too. Dre, you out styling and profiling with another bitch. I can't. I'm sick. Right now, people had something to say about that voice. It was a voicemail message. He said, when it comes to me, a quote, when it comes to me, I'm always giving he, him. I'm a boy. I'm a man. I'm a nigga. Whatever y'all want to feel like. Regardless of how much you see lashes, nails, and a pretty face, I'm a boy. I grew up around a lot of girls, and girls are soft. And hey, can't and they can't maneuver like niggas because we're really cutthroat and y'all really not like that. So people had a problem with him saying that. Um Alluding to saying women can't act like men. However, he's a man acting like a woman. And then he said he then tried to clarify and said, quote, you know what I really hate? Because girls don't got the same strength as niggas. They don't. I grew up around nothing but girls. I hate when girls be like, oh, I'm a dog. I'm a man. I act just like a nigga out here. No, y'all don't, baby. No, y'all don't. Y'all aren't. Y'all are just soft. Y'all females. It's the estrogen, baby. It's not happening. You cannot move like a nigga. You cannot think like a nigga. You cannot move like a man. It's just not happening. And all I want y'all to stop lying to yourselves, telling niggas that you want to hear the truth. No, you don't. Don't nobody want to hear the truth. End of quote. Those are his statements. There's a video of it. I don't know that y'all even want to hear it. I don't I don't I don't want to give airspace on my platform to the amount of fuck shit and fuckery that he got going on. Because you telling women that they shouldn't act like niggas because they ain't gonna never be niggas and stuff like that. Y'all see where I'm going with this, right? Uh, uh, In the same vein, oh, you don't understand the word? Well, Harold asks, so here's the video, y'all. Let me let you watch it on Instagram. Hold on, hold your line. Harold said he couldn't understand what I was saying. So here we go.
It personal because I know a lot of y'all really read like headlines. So everybody read the headline, nobody got the message. When it comes to me, it's always giving he, him. I'm a boy, I'm a man, I'm a nigga, whatever y'all want to feel like. Regardless of how much you see lashes and nails and a pretty face, I'm a boy. And so when I'm referencing, what I was referencing was boys, like when boys date me, they just a simple minded y'all. They gag, they be like, yo, you really act like a nigga. Yo, you really a man. Duh. People see me and see the feminine energy and emotes, and they be like, oh, he think he a girl. No, I'm a dog. And that's how I know. I grew up around a lot of girls, and girls are soft. And they can't maneuver like niggas because we really cutthroat. And y'all really not like that. Wow. So, you know what I really hate? Because girls don't got the strength as they don't. I grew up around the upper girls. I hate when girls be like, "Oh, I'm a dog. I'm a man. I act just like a nigga here." No, y'all don't, baby. No, y'all don't. Not, it's just not. It's y'all just soft. Y'all females. It's the estrogen, baby. It's not happening. You cannot move like a. You cannot think like a. You cannot act like a man. It's just not happening. And I want y'all to stop lying to yourself, telling yourself that y'all want these to tell y'all the truth. No, y'all don't. Baby, nobody don't want to hear no motherfucking truth. And then when the dudes start telling y'all the truth, y'all start bugging the fuck out and losing it, which is why the nigga lied to you in the first place. And what the fuck are they telling me the truth for? Sure, that bold, but you don't give a fuck about me that much. When I tell them the truth, I don't give a fuck about them. They like my little side. I'm not that invested. So here's the truth. Take it or leave. My bitch that I love, like I'm in the field, but I'm not telling you. I'm Jody. You know what I really hate? Because girls don't got the strength as
Do I need to go down the road and really hash out why this motherfucker is, I'm telling you, just as problematic for the black gay community as the Gerard Carmichaels and their fuck shit? Like I don't even need to so you have a problem with girls saying they're men or acting like men or trying to be like men, yet you're a man acting, well, according to, you know, our patriarchal society, acting like a girl or presenting at times like a, like I, it's the, I, don't blame me, blame Harold. Harold wanted to hear it. Harold. I don't have the energy. I do not like anything about Saucy Santana. I've never liked anything about him. I loathe every time he's on my television screen or my timeline or anything. Everything about him upsets my spirit. I just cannot stand him. I just really do not. And he's so problematic for the community. Just so problematic. Let me move on before I get triggered. That is y'all's girl Doja Cat. I got like 2.5 minutes. Doja Cat is in the news. I don't really care now. That shit just pissed me off. Doja Cat is in the news. She's went on this rant calling her dad a bitch and a deadbeat. Then came back the next day, I think it was, and said, "Just kidding, love you. I was mad." Oh, well, here's her exact statement. She went on Twitter, put a picture of herself and said, "Dad, let me know when or if you need me to re-up your makeup cabinet because you a bitch." uh, I don't have it to do. I don't. Ma'am, I don't care. I don't care. I don't care enough about her. I don't care enough. I just don't care enough. Go with God. I just don't care. I don't even know who this little girl is. Um, but some little girl named Pink Panthers is on record saying, let me not get the girl's quote wrong. She's a singer. She said, quote, "A song doesn't need to be longer than 2 minutes and 30 seconds, in my opinion. We don't need to repeat a verse. We don't need to have a bridge. We don't need it. We don't need a long outro." End of quote. Um, I don't know who she is. I don't. I mean, she's a singer from what I understand. She's charted. I don't know about her. I don't care about her. There's probably going to be a whole lot of people that agree with her. Fuck shit, ma'am. We don't look to you to be, you know, the aficionado on all things music. music theory, musicality, or anything involving music. I, yeah, that's her name, Jason. Pink Pantheress. I don't know who this woman is. I don't know. I knew Xavier would know. How did I know Xavier would know exactly who she was? She was on the Wakanda Forever soundtrack. Okay. I mean, ma'am, I don't know who you are. I don't give a shit about you. Not that wig. Say her judgment is off. Child. She's the one that sings the boys a liar with ice. But I don't even know that song. Oh, okay, ma'am. I'm not looking. I don't have time. Go with God, ma'am. I'm not gonna even. I'm not gonna even entertain that foolishness. You don't need no bridge. You don't need to repeat the verse. Your song don't need to be longer than 2 minutes and 30 seconds. What? You you let my favorite singer. I be mad at Mariah now when she be having those interludes in between songs. They be better than some of the songs, and you be like, "Why did you make that longer?" Girl, get out of here. Get out of here. Um, BBL Drizzy is in. I'm just not gonna get through this dossier. This might be our last story of the day. So, BBL Drizzy is in the news. Apparently, a DJ got kicked out of a Toronto club after playing "Not Like Us" by Kendrick Lamar. They said it happened yesterday. And it was on social media up there in Toronto. Some they say one person wrote, quote, "Bro was at a club." This what's the DJ name? What's the DJ name? Did we ever I don't think we ever got the DJ name. Anyway, he said, quote, "Bro was at a club in Toronto last night. The DJ played Not Like Us. They kicked bro out the club and told him he not getting paid." End of quote, child. That's what we doing, wheelchair Jimmy. That's what we doing. I'm just saying, that's what we're doing, wheelchair Jimmy. We get people kicked out of the club in Toronto. I guess if that's your hometown, that's how it goes. Child, wheelchair Jimmy, BBL Drizzy, wheelchair Jimmy, BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy, BBL Drizzy. We ain't got nothing for you. I just don't have it to do with wheelchair Jimmy. Y'all know I can't stand wheelchair Jimmy. He is such a white man. He is. I can't stand wheelchair Jimmy. Listen, wheelchair Jimmy, I'll do it to tell you, sir. 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 I don't know what else to tell you. Sir, I have nothing for you. We're gonna end it right there, y'all. I had like 2 more stories, but they ain't that big. We can stop right there. Listen, y'all. BBL Drizzy. BBL Drizzy. Y'all put some shadows in the chat. We got to get out of here. I got to get y'all over to Really Be. Listen, when y'all go over to Really Be's class, don't go over there lying on me, town about, oh, L Teddy kept us late. That's why we late. And he said he wasn't writing no hall passes. I ain't got to write a hall pass. If I go over there with you, then I ain't got to write no hall pass. God, I'm gonna take you over there and let you know and let her know why y'all are late. You don't need no hall pass. God, y'all just be ready to snitch. Be ready to snitch. Ray V, do not go over there with this foolishness. Now I'm about to see y'all over there. As I always say, I love y'all. I love all y'all. Thank you all for being vocal president active. Thank you for doing what you do. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. I ain't even put this banner up so people can make a contribution. Thank you for any and all contributions that you make to the channel. They are much obliged. They're much appreciated. Listen, don't listen. I'm about to send y'all over there. Do not go over there. Talking about he kept us late and he said he not right the whole bad. I need y'all to act right, okay? Please act right. We had fun today, y'all. I had a great time with y'all. We'll be back tomorrow and you'll see me later tonight on the whether you like it or not panel. And it's going to be on Simply Sakina's channel tonight. I'll post it on the community wall. Anyway, let me send y'all over there. That's all I got for y'all. Until next time, thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely. We out. Love y'all.